And welcome back to Pokemon Team videos. Today's Pokemon Team video comes to us from Phantom of Shadows, who asked the question, what is the Pokemon team, the SCP-073 Kane? Now, for those of you who watched my Zompocto Creation series video when I did SCP-076, I mistook that one for Kane. That one is actually Abel, which makes sense as that's the one that dies, and Kane is the one who's cursed with life. Although when you get kind of to the personality a bit of him, you wouldn't think that that one should be Kane, but whatever. This one is in fact Kane. Now, doing a Pokemon team for an SCP is definitely not easy. This comes due to the fact that they do. Some SCPs definitely have personalities to them. Some don't. They always have like some sort of ability, so we can it's kind of like making a Zompocto for them. It's a little hard sometimes to figure out exactly what this person is about, what this thing is about. But fortunately, I think I did a decent team. But this team is subject for change and disapproval and all that. So right off the bat, I wanted to get the one I thought was like the least effective of the team out of the way, like the least likely to be on the team out of the way, and that is Lucario. Now, the reason I did Lucario is A, it's humanoid, B, it has a bit of a fighting-esque style, sure, but Kane doesn't really, although Kane is, yawning, despite the alleged weak material that his body is made of, is basically invulnerable. It came down to the fact that his spine, legs, and arms are made of metal. And Lucario just kind of fit in that to some degree. Really, this was mostly just because I needed a filler mon. If you want to insert your own mon here, by all means. But let's actually get to some of the ones that actually make sense. So, up first is Genesect. Now, Genesect is a Pokemon that has been modified. Its entire body is steel, or its entire body is now coated in like an exoskeleton that wasn't its original body. That said, oh god, I'm yawning again. Sorry, I'm actually very tired still. I don't know why. I slept pretty well. Maybe I've got something. Who knows? I got the COVID. I got me the corona. No, I'm pretty sure I don't. Pretty sure anyway. But Genesect is a Pokemon that has been modified. We don't know how old Genesect is. We assume it's a fairly recent Pokemon, but it's probably been around for a little bit. It has been modified by Team Plasma, and therefore, its identity was kind of wiped. Same with Kane here, is that he does, anytime you bring it up, he doesn't know. He just remembers always being like this. So, oh god. Oh. Sorry, folks, you're going to hear me yawning a lot in this, and I don't know why. So that is that I feel like is kind of a good connection for Kane when it comes to dealing with like the fact, because ultimately when you break it down, Kane's SCP-073 is a cyborg, and we don't actually have real cyborg Pokemon. We got things that are kind of close, but not quite. So next up on the list was Tyranitar. Now, Tyranitar made actually a lot of sense because its Pokedex entry states it really can't be damaged at all. It can't be hurt. And that translates into SCP-073, where any damage inflicted on that is just inflicted back onto the person in the same fashion that it was inflicted onto 073. Okay, here comes 0. Oh, God. So, Tyranitar actually made a lot of sense as to put on the team. Granted, Tyranitar is a bit of a rampager, but so its personality doesn't actually fit with 073's very well. 073 is actually very polite and very helpful, surprisingly, but it does fit with the motif. Then we have the fact that any damage inflicted onto 073 is just inflicted back on whoever dealt the damage. That's a Wobbuffet right there. That is, I mean, any Pokemon that can learn Counter or Miracle or anything like that, it is a Pokemon that, or it's a Mon that you can put on the team. But Wobbuffet, it's kind of like the poster child for that. So I felt it was kind of like the app. Plus, it's a very passive Pokemon as well, and Kane is a very passive individual, surprisingly. Then we have the fact that he is one of two. We have the brothers. Now, there actually aren't a lot of Pokemon that are kind of duos in the sense of a familial relation. But ultimately, I decided to go with Zamazenta. Now, Zamazenta, surprisingly, is the defensive shield Pokemon, and Kane is the one who murdered Abel. But Kane is also one who can't really be, hurt or injured in any standard way. And Zamazenta is the defensive Pokemon. Now, I went with the original, the form before turning into the shield form. This is because I like this form. Honestly, I think this form looks cooler than the shield form. This looks like a battle-worn Pokemon right here. And I feel like Kane, who's very old and has probably been around for a long time, along with Abel, would be a battle-worn kind of individual in some regards. Granted, it doesn't have any scars because it can't get scars, but still. The last Monon team, this is very interesting because this is an ability I don't think we think very much with this individual. So I got hair in my mouth. There we go. Is that 073? Anything that is like soil based, like the soil, everything, soil, plants, wood, anything that could come from the soil within a 20-meter radius of this guy rots, decays, and all it is taken. All life is taken away from it. Like there is no way that anything that comes from the soil can live around this thing. And I'm like, okay, that's a poison type. Or worst case scenario, I got to go with like Yveltal for death. But no, it's got to be a poison type. It's got to be something that is literally affecting the environment around it without actually killing individuals just by being in its presence. And I'm like, okay, what works? There's a lot of poison types, and some of them are more poisonous than others. Ultimately, I went with Muck, because Muck is so poisonous that even its footsteps are poisonous. So I like that idea of Muck being the representative of this ability, because even as apparently Muck has feet, I'm just enjoying this little idea of these just stumpy little feet going underneath this apparently dress of slime and just like do. But yes, even Muck's footprints are poisonous. So meaning that life can't flourish in a Muck's presence really. And that fits with Kane pretty well. So ultimately, I got Tyranitar for the invulnerability, Wobbuffet and Zamazenta also for some of that invulnerability, but for also repelling the attacks and the relationship of the brothers between Kane and Abel on Zamazenta's side. I got Lucario there, mostly as a filler, but some of the cybernetic metal arm relatability. Genesect for being an altered Pokemon, just to see apparently was altered, and Muck for the fact that this SCP can't have anything really living or soil-based or anything that came from the soil around it. But this ultimately is just my opinion. What do you think SCP-073 Kane's Pokemon team is? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. I'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.